Today in Varanasi, we are reviewing Matthew Perry's Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Let me begin with introducing the writing style of the book to you, because it would be a shame if I did anything else first. As we know, Matthew Perry struggled with alcoholism and he spent a lot of time to get out of it, recover from it. And here he talks about his father, who was also struggling from the same. Years later, my father too would take his own meaningful walk. He had had a bad night on drink and where he fell through some bushes or something, and he talked to Debbie about it. And the following morning she said, "Is this how you want to live your life?" And he said, "No." Then he went for a walk and quit drinking and hasn't had a drop since. Excuse me? You went for a walk and quit drinking? I have spent upward $7 million trying to get sober. I have been to 6,000 AA meetings, not an exaggeration, more an educated guess. I've been to rehab 15 times. I've been in a mental institution, gone to therapy twice a week for 30 years, been to deaths of door, and you went for a fucking walk? I'll tell you where you can take a walk. But my dad can't ride a play, star on Friends, help the helpless, and he doesn't even have $7 million to spend on anything. Life has its trade-off, I suppose. This begs the question, would I trade places with him? Why don't we get to that one later? So, Perry talks in this way exactly everywhere in the book. He's talking to you. He's eye-locked and he's telling you about his life. He's telling you how he got friends. He's telling you how when he was a child he started off with addiction. He's telling you about his parents. He's telling you about how his mother has she works for the president, and he also tells you some inside gossip about making out, having some sex with a lot of celebrities that you did not probably know about before. That being said, talking about what else does the book contain. Now, let's start with talking about the relatability factor of the book. Me being an Indian and not understanding so many other things that we probably refers to as a Canadian, then turning into an American, I don't think there's so much relatable except for Friends, which is a considerable part of the book. It comes with a lot of pictures, which also keeps you engaged. You can finish this book, which is about some 300 words of pages of a book, very fast. However, when the Friends chapter finishes, the relatability goes really low. You start feeling bad for Perry, but no reason really to keep reading as such. When you start reading this book, you may in the beginning wonder what is Friends, who are lovers, and what is the big terrible thing, and what a horrible book name, right? So this is basically the summary of his book. He talks about Friends, the show, and he talks about lovers, people who love him, and then the big terrible thing is the alcoholism and all of the other drugs that he was doing. I swear by the time I was reading, I knew that Perry had died, but I was still so scared for all the amount of drugs he was doing. This is a very honest place Perry has come. And as much as you have seen him on the show and you know him otherwise, you know only Perry could do it. Even as you read the book, you can realize it's a human being who's written it, and it's not a barrage of authors on the back who have polished the book. As you read it, you know that it's written by him. He talks to you as a person, and it doesn't feel like this has been airbrushed at all. Or for that matter, AI could never do this thing. It does. क्या कर रहे हो आप?
Sorry. अभी करो.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. अब stable है camera? Done?
Yes.
Ready? His own. Sorry.